Many a times we've been asked how is it that we can actually make ourselves feel better? What is it that we must do on a regular basis? And most importantly, if you're feeling down, if you're feeling terrible, if you're feeling frustrated, how is it that we can actually feel better? In this video, I will tell you one small step through which you can be able to instantly change your mind and change your mood as well. Now, before that, if you're new to this channel, and this channel is fairly new as well, I would request you humbly to please press the like button, share it with your friends, and also press the subscribe button, because I'll be uploading the videos on a regular basis, sometimes even twice or thrice a week as well. So let's get started. One of the most amazing things about the human mind is that it can be manipulated, it can be utilized for the betterment of our own self. Now, a lot of times what happens is that people normally don't take it very seriously. And they're like, this is our mind, and our mind is actually controlling our body or our thoughts and everything. However, on the flip side of it, it's you who's actually controlling the mind. It's you who's controlling your thoughts. So if you are feeling down, if you're feeling anxious, if you're feeling frustrated, depressed, or anything of that sort, you need to trace back to what it actually is or was that is making you feel this way. Simple as that. Because once you track back, once you go back to the steps, you actually end up on an event that is somewhat the triggering point of the way you're actually feeling. So if you're feeling sad because your boss has actually said something to you, if you're feeling sad because your spouse or your partner has actually said something, and because of that you're feeling bad, you know exactly the reason. Now, surprisingly, it's not the event that creates the mood. It's not the event, not at all. It's actually the interpretation of the event or to the event that we give to. So for example, if I'm feeling down already, if I have a row in the morning with my wife before going to work, or if I have a bone to pick with a colleague, and then right in that duration, my boss called me and gave me a constructive feedback. Bear in mind, I didn't say constructive criticism, but I said constructive feedback. And because of that constructive feedback, I now feel terrible. Why? Because I already had that kind of a mood going on in my mind or in my heart. So it's the interpretation that we provide or we give to the event that actually happened. The best thing that you can do is you can quickly take out a notebook or a piece of paper and write down the way you're feeling immediately on the piece of paper. Now, I know it's very easy to say and it's very basic, and you'll be like, this is nothing. I mean, what are you talking about, right? But once that thing gets a physical appearance, which means that when you put this down on a piece of paper, that means that thing, that feeling, that emotion is now out of the system and somewhat has taken a physical appearance, and that is now on the piece of paper. Now, normally what I do is I do this exact same thing off and on. So if I'm feeling terrible, I trace back to the event that has actually made me feel that way. And then whatever I'm feeling, if I'm feeling sad, angry, anxious, depressed, frustrated, whatever, I put this down on the piece of paper with the exact accuracy as to why am I feeling that way, what was the reason that has triggered this whole emotional rush of feelings. And once that thing is out of the system, then my mind gets clear, and then I'll be in a better position to think straight, because the feeling is now out of the system. I know, not literally, but somewhat, because now you've written it down and you've given it a physical appearance. Once that thing's out of the system, you have the clear mind, you can now think about it. Okay, now this is what it is, this is what I need to do. So for example, if your boss has yelled at you, or on you, if I must say, then now you can clearly think that what was the reason, why was he yelling, or why was my wife upset, or why were my kids not listening to me? And then with a clear mind, you can come up with a solution that, okay, you know what, this is what has triggered this entire situation. So how can I overcome this? And from the next time onwards, I won't be doing that. So it's a very small little technique which empowers you and which kind of helps you to overcome the feeling of sadness, emotional, sadness, anger. I don't know what's wrong with my tongue. I think it's early in the morning. That's why. So sadness, anger, frustration, anxiety, depression, weirdness, whatever you want to call that, gloomy Mondays, or if I'm putting this in the corporate lingo. So thank you very much once again for tuning in. This is Darashiko Hashmi, and you're watching the video on Discover Yourself Bit by Bit. All right, it's Discover Bit by Bit. Anyways, I'll see you really soon. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for dropping a thumbs up, and thank you for subscribing once again. Don't forget to press the bell icon as well. See you later. Thank you. Bye-bye.